Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Matt again. It's been a little while since I've actually sat and taken a look at some Transformers, so today we're going to take a look at DX9-mini 03 Matthew Axelson. This is obviously their legend scale sized Brainstorm. This is their second headmaster that they've done. In the mini series, I think the first one was Double Dealer, one of the Power Masters, so this is their second Autobot headmaster. And the other ones have been pretty good. So yeah, take a look at this guy. I will say this review is very late, very delayed. This guy's been out for quite a while because mine actually came in broken. So I'll probably end up cutting this into the video at some point for the review. So if you're seeing this, then I did. I don't normally do unboxing stuff, but I have to point out that I'm pretty disappointed. Mine actually came in broken. Unfortunately, I'm sure that I've already talked about it. My review is probably delayed quite a lot because of it, because I had to order replacement parts for it. So we'll see if you even see this. But yeah, mine completely just came in broken. It was sitting just like this. I already kind of dug the little joint piece out with a tool, but it looks like it just snapped off. I don't know if it was just too much pressure on those shoulders, because the shoulder parts here seem like they are quite tight, but I had to dig this little mushroom puck out of there to show that, yeah, it just completely snapped. So fortunately, I can't do anything with this until I get my replacement parts. So yeah, just wanted to throw this in. Hopefully your luck is better than mine. So yeah, so mine came in with a broken arm, so it took me quite a while to get replacement parts. Here's the broken pieces here, but luckily, Magic Square customer support was actually able to get me a replacement arm. Not the quickest thing in the world, but at least it was free. So that was really nice of them, because I did order directly through their website. So yeah, so we do have the replacement part. But let's get on with the review. Here's the box. Here's just from the front, from the bottom, side, and back. Just like the other two, this one does not come with instructions. So you're going to have to scan the QR codes here, and that'll lead you to a video showing the transformation process. I will say it's not the best video in the world. They very quickly speed through how to transform it, and I had to keep pausing it and like, But the transformation on this one's kind of weird to begin with anyways. But anyways, there's the box. We're not here for the box. I'll set that aside. And here he is. Here he is in his weird, funky jet mode. And I will say, it doesn't look the greatest in my opinion. It looks like a fan mode, to be honest. It's very boxy, clunky, and it just doesn't really look... It looks vaguely like how it was supposed to, like the cartoon model, but I mean, it's fine. It serves its purpose. It is actually fairly nicely painted. All of the blue here is actually kind of like this kind of matte, or not matte, like a satin, almost like semi-gloss color. So, and the white too. I think the white is painted, but it's not half bad. I didn't go over accessories because the only accessories he really comes with is these two little guns that are here on the front. These are his little hand guns. They plug into either side of the nose cone here. And I will say they're kind of loose. They're a little loose, so they're kind of, I don't know. They don't really sit how I want them. You got to kind of be careful. Also, he comes with his little headmaster buddy in here, so I'll go ahead and take him out. And it is kind of a bear to get him in that little cockpit, but there he is. I can't remember the name of this guy, but there is his little headmaster dude, and basically the only thing that articulates on him is just his little head can turn side to side, but it's okay. No better or worse than Chrome Dome's headmaster, but to obviously turn him into the head, you just kind of flip the little legs back, and then there is Brainstorm's. That was his name. There's Brainstorm's head. So yeah, so the little cockpit can just open and close, and this little front section here I don't know if it's meant to be a landing gear, but I kind of use it as a landing gear. But yeah, decent little jet. So let's go ahead and get him transformed. To start, we're going to just take his little guns off here in the front, and we're just going to set those aside. Close that back up. And we're going to start back here with the arms. So we're going to go ahead and pull them off of these little tabs right here, and these little tabs right here. And then there's this little ball joint armature that will raise up to either side. And then this entire section up here is just going to kind of lift up off of these two little tabs and come up. We're going to pull it away from here. And then we're going to, I got to remember, this bottom section here, you're going to pull down to unlock these sections here. The front little nose is going to fold in and then rotate around like so. And then these side parts of the torso are going to rotate up like this. And then this front section is going to come back up. It's going to tab into these four sections here. I have it lined up correctly, like this. And then basically this kind of canopy section is going to lift up, flip in, and then flip under. And then this black section is going to flip down. So then now it will sit behind these hinges, like this. And then you're just going to kind of bring this up, bring this down, and collapse it up like this. And then this black section will just plug into the top of that little blue piece right there, locking it together. And then these little armature parts will just plug into either side of the torso like that. We can recollapse that. Now back here, this little panel here, this little blue section is going to come off of these little white tabs. There we go. Lift that up and put it up against his butt. We're going to straighten out the legs there. And then basically with the legs, what you're going to have to do is bring them down like this to get them up off of this lip, and then pull back and extend. And then they just kind of rest back against the knees like so. We're going to split the legs. This little white section here is going to pull off of this tab and come up like this on either side. This blue section will just rotate up. And then this black part here, which is his foot, you're just going to bring down like that. And then this blue and white section here will just flip up and then peg in back here like that. And then there's the legs. And then the arms here, we're just going to bring them down. They're going to come down off the back of the arm like that. Going to rotate them around. This little fin here is going to rotate on this kind of white armature here. It's going to flip back, and then the wing will come forward. Put that wing down, and we're going to open up the back of the forearm to reveal the fist. Pull out the hand, close it back up, and there's one of the arms. And then same thing on the other side. Go ahead and bring that down, rotate, open up the fist. Rotate around, flip the fin back and forwards, and then there is his body. And then of course we'll just take his little headmaster buddy and plug him right into the top to complete him. And there he is. There is Brainstorm. And I think he looks decent. The transformation is very simple, but like I don't know, the alt mode just didn't really look all that good to me. But in bot mode, he looks pretty good. He looks really, really nice and accurate. I will say that I don't like this back here. You can still see kind of like the yellow overspray on this. It would have been nicer if they had actually painted the back of this canopy this same blue. I think it would have completed it a little bit better. But it also looks kind of incomplete back here a little bit, but it's not too bad. But from the front, he looks really good. There's a little bit of overspray here on this little yellow piece here, but it's not too bad. I will say I do kind of wish that they had included kind of like an IDW style faceplate version of the face. I think that would have been it would have been nice to at least have the option, but we do have his kind of cartoon and comic accurate regular face, which I think is molded pretty good. He can, of course, hold his weapons in his hands, no problem, so you can have him dual wielding his guns. But let's just quickly go over articulation. So, unfortunately, I will say I do kind of worry over time with this headmaster, because it is kind of the same way of how Chrome Domes did. So it just kind of like friction fits in and then rotates. Oh, actually, no, it rotates on an actual hinge. But still, this is a painted surface, and I have seen some of this paint already rubbing off. Like back here, for example. See how there's a little bit of paint scuffing on these pegs? So just be mindful of that. But anyways, onto articulation. His head is just on a pin, so it does just rotate 360 degrees. It does also have that gimmick where all the headmasters have, where you can flip down a thing and it shows his specs there in his chest. He does have an ab crunch. He has a double ab crunch, actually. So you can flip way forwards and way back. You can, of course, rotate at the waist 360 degrees. There is a hinge up here in the shoulder to get his shoulders about that far up. And then there is a ball joint in the shoulder, which gives you a decent little range of movement. Not the best in the world, but it's okay. You can rotate 360 degrees, no problem. He does have a little mushroom peg down here, or up here in the upper arm. So you can rotate around. Be careful with this, because like I've seen some people that over twist and it breaks it. And mine just, like, I don't know what happened to mine. But that's right where mine broke on my original pieces. So just be careful. It does have a double jointed elbow, which will get you about that far, which is decent enough. And his wrist is on a ball joint, but it's recessed a little bit into the forearm, so you're not really getting too much wiggle room, but it does rotate around all the way. Onto the legs, the little skirt panels here will move up and down to get out of the way for the legs, so that you can get them not really that far out at all, to be honest. But it's all right. Nothing back, which is definitely unfortunate. They can't move back at all. You can get pretty far forwards, though. You can rotate at the thigh if you move this panel out of the way, but nothing in outwards about 90 degrees. He does have a single jointed knee, which gets you a little over 90 degrees. Or actually, I suppose you can count this as a joint too. So if you count that as a joint, you can get pretty much 180 degrees, but it does look a little funky. There is an ankle rocker, barely, just a little bit. And then his toe can move up and down, but that's mainly for transformation. But yeah, okay articulation. Definitely not the best. The limited back motion on the hips are not great, but he's decent. He's okay. But let me clean him up a little bit, and we'll do some size comparisons. All right, so a couple of size comparisons. Here, let's start off with, how about a New Age Minibot? Cliff Jumper. Here is one of the New Age Carbots. And how about New Age Trailbreaker, because I have him out. So he's a little bit bigger of a bot. Here he is with Magic Square's Optimus and their Megatron. So a little bit shorter than your leaders. And here he is with the other entries into DX9-mini series. There he is with the first one, Double Dealer, and here he is with his fellow headmaster buddy, Chrome Dome. So yeah, he fits in pretty nice with them, just a little bit shorter than Chrome Dome, which I think is where he's supposed to be. And that'll do it for DX9-mini 03 Matthew AXELSON, or their Legend Scale BRAINSTORM. I know he's not centered. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed in him, but it's an okay figure. The incompleteness of how it feels in the back definitely has limited articulation. Like I noticed it a lot more because I was putting him just like a basic pose here. The ankle tilts don't go very far. The legs can't go backward at all. The it's not really the fault of the figure, I guess. It's just the design of the guns, but it's kind of weird to pose them in any kind of shooting pose, especially because the shoulders are very limited. But on top of that, the alt mode just looks very incomplete, weird. I mean, the transformation is simple, which is fine, but it's just bizarre. Very, it just doesn't feel complete to me. Kind of like how their Chrome Dome was, but I feel like even their Chrome Dome was even more successful than this guy. I do really wish that we had had a different face for him, maybe one that kind of matched how he looked in the comics. I know it's not an IDW Brainstorm, but it would have been nice to have included it. I did also notice how absolutely horrific, ugly the waffles are on these guns, which isn't great. But I mean, this wasn't the most expensive figure in the world. I can't remember how much it was, but it was. I guess you get what you pay for, but the paint on him is nice at least. I will say that in just a standing regular A pose on a shelf, I mean he looks good. He looks like the character. Just don't look at him too closely, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend him, but I mean it's the only Brainstorm that we really have outside of the MFT. But I think that he's decent enough. I don't know. I'm just slightly disappointed in this one, but especially because mine came in broken and this review is very late. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say about this guy. If you watched this far in the video, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Feel free to give me, like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see any of my other reviews, that they're all over the place on a convenient little playlist that is on my channel. If you wanted to see any of my other videos, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.